Hello everyone. I had a few requests about showing you about a envelope punch, and We Are Memory Keepers was kind enough to send me one that they've had on the market for some time now. I'm not sure, it's 2017, but it's new for me. I have the other punch, which is completely different. It is big. This is the difference in the sizes. This envelope is for this envelope punch is regular size of the We Are Memory Keepers. But this is the mini version, and I love mini versions. It can do a lot of different things. Let me take my bracelet off so it won't be banging and making a lot of racket. Let's open this up. Goodness. Let's see if I can't just take it off with one side. These are glued on there really strong. I don't want to tear it. I don't want to tear this up. Let me get this stuff out of here. There we go. Need it. And anyway, let's open this up. Just like the original, but mini version to create mini envelopes in several sizes. And if you're not inches, this would be the one that you would want to keep. And what I would suggest is taking a picture of it and downsizing it to where you could laminate it and glue it onto your punch board. Because I file mine. I take this stuff out and staple it and file it. But a lot of people lose theirs. But this would be your centimeters on here. So if you don't do inches, you need this. And it gives you an example. I mean, I know it, but I'll explain it to you. Bone folder. Oh my gosh, let's see the difference in the bone folders from the regular to the, look at that. That is so cute. Oh goodness. Well, he is 3 inches long, and this one is 6 inches long. So he's 6 and he's 3. That is cute. Anyway, it tells you the card size right here. This would be the envelope card size, and this would be your paper size. I don't know if you can see that. This is the card side, this is the paper size, and this is your score line, and this would be what you would score it on. And I know a lot of people that would love this for ATC cards, which is artist trading cards. I like the small sizes for little gifts, and also for, I don't know if you've ever seen the paper clips. People will do paper clips and put bows on them and stuff. And this would make a really cute one. I'm not sure of the size, but I want to make a couple. So we're going to do the smallest size, which is a 1x1, and you have to have paper size 2x2. So this is the kind of paper that I use. I use origami paper from Mozart. There's 120 sheets, 40 different designs in this, and it's very reasonable. I hope they still have it. They sent me this, well, they sent me one, and this one, and then I purchased some from them because they put it on sale, so I purchased it, and I really love this paper. It's really easy to work with when you're making envelopes and doing for small cards. This would be for small, because it's a small design. I like to use this for card making and stuff for small cards, not for big cards, but it has a real pretty design on it. But that's the origami paper that I like to use. A 2x2, and what else is it? I'm wanting to do a 2.5 by 3.5, so I need a 4 7/8 and 4 by 7/8. So let me go cut those down right quick, and we'll use these. I think it's a pretty design. Here's my 2-inch, and this will be 4 7/8. It's a very big cutter, but it's precise. I love the way this cuts. A few things I'm particular with, and one is my cutter. All right, we're going to do the 1-inch envelope first. And the 1-inch is a 2x2, and you score at the 1-inch line. So this works just like your other one. So you put it in. I'll explain a couple of things. These are your score lines and where you score them at. And it tells you, whatever it tells you here, that's what you do up here. And then this is your punch for your envelope. And this is a quarter rounder. It just rounds the corners, and you'll see in a few minutes. So we're going to cut this. We're going to punch this at the 1-inch. We'll do the score line. That's not too bad to do. And what you have to do is where that's folded at, you want to put it in and have this little guide right here that leads out. That's where you want to punch it at. Once you measure, you go by this guideline and you score it. You punch it and score it. And see, I can see it. I don't know if you can, but there's where my guideline is, and that goes right there. They call that the capture, but that's where your guideline is. And you score it. All 4 corners. And the quarter rounder, I can kind of tell which is the top and the bottom and the 2 sides. The only one that I corner round is the top and the bottom. Okay, now we'll put that to the side. See, that's your rounder and this is your punch. This is teeny tiny. This is so little. Oh my goodness, that is too cute. Look at that envelope. Now, and see, that design is just really pretty. All right. I use art glitter glue, and I put it into one of these containers. I've got a bunch of these containers, and a little dab of do-ya. There we go. I always put it on the inside when I'm doing these. I do it on the inside. I don't do it on the thing itself. And art glitter glue, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but oh my goodness, it is amazing. I've never had anything to come apart when I use art glitter glue. Now, the biggest thing is make sure you put this little pin back in here. And these I order from the company. They're stainless steel, so they don't rust. You cannot put a regular pin in there. Nickel sitting out here. You could put quarters in here and give them to your Sunday school class. I think that would be really cute for their birthday or something. And you could just write their name and put happy birthday, small of course. But this would be really a cute idea for Sunday school teachers. But I really like that. I think it's cute. Let me know what you think about it. That is just adorable. But look at that little bitty envelope. Isn't that adorable? I just love these. I'm so glad they sent me this. Okay, now that's the smallest. The 2.5 by 3.5, and you had to have a size 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, and you have to punch at 2 3/4. So 2 3/4 right here. So let's get busy. Here's your, let's score it. I wanted to use everything that come with this. It would actually be easier for me to use the larger bone folder. And remember, you don't go by that measurement no more. See, 2 3/4 is way down here. you go by the score line that you scored it, and that capture is right on that score line. And make sure you have it centered in there. Punch it and score it. And you turn it, put the capture right in the middle of that score line, punch it, and score it. And I can do this quicker, but I'm taking my time so you can see it. And see, there's that score line. So we're going to go on there, right in the middle, punch it. I have to fiddle with it to find it because that bone folder is a little bulky. It's not as slim. Okay, that's all. Now you take and see this would, you can tell the little sides are small, and then you have your two larger ones. So you want to use the corner rounder. Put it in there. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna cheat this time. I'm using my bigger one. You want to score that line real good. Fold it down, and I like to take the edge of mine and do it this way. There you go. This would be the bottom. And I score it real good. And then I come back and glue it. All right, now, a lot of people don't like this flat. I've seen some people, they'll take and fold it down. Let me just, you want to make sure you're straight. Now, I like that better. That's just the way I do it. You can do it any way you want. A little dab, not much. This art glitter glue is amazing, and it doesn't have glitter in it. That's just what it's called. All right. Now, why would I want this size? Because it fits. These are the little ATC cards that I made. Now let's see if I made it correctly, because these are 2.5 by 3.5. Perfect for this to be mailed out to someone. You know, I just love these little things. They are so handy. Of course you can, you know, you can use a number of things. For years, I had this from Martha Stewart. I even got tape up here for what I use it for. And see, I like using these, and I use the bigger one to score with. And then I have my bone folder. But she has directions in here, and you can make any type of envelope you want. But I mainly just use it for making my card bases with it now. Still sell them. I got this one from Michael's. It has a little thing down here. This is to make your envelopes with. And it tells you on here, and that helps you. You can use it to take your score line. But, you know, I like the We Are Memory Keepers. This is the We Are Memory Keeper mini version envelope maker. Now, you can do all sorts of things with this, but I just wanted to show you how to do envelopes. I hadn't made a bow. Well, of course I hadn't, because I just opened this up. But I have made a bow with my bigger one. These little bitty pieces, not the tiny ones from the corner rounder, but these others, you can cut those and make paper pieces out of them. I do save them, but not the tiny ones. The tiny ones get thrown away. I really like these envelope size. some of the kids, if they're sick or something, I send them they'll ask me to send them an AC card. So I make tons of ACT cards to send out. I mean, there's, oh Lord, I guess there's 50 here. I always have a stack of them. Now, you've seen how to do the, ooh, see, I was about not to put this back in my glue. You do not want to leave that out for a length of time. It will dry your glue up. A little dab goes a long way. It won't wrinkle your paper. See how the paper is just perfect? It's not wrinkled or anything. That's because this glue doesn't do that. If you put too much on it, of course it would. I'm not going to need the score tool, so I'm going to put it up. I make bows with my envelope punch too. I don't know if y'all do that or if you have an envelope punch, but I make bows out of them. And they're paper, but they're real pretty. Now, I don't use the origami paper for this. Let me show you what I use. I usually get it from Tuesday morning, and this is it. And it's beautiful paper. Oh my goodness, it's got some really, really pretty paper in here. I love this paper, and it's always a good buy at Tuesday morning. I miss going there. I'll be glad when all this is over and I can go and do it again. Now, you have to have a little piece, and I don't even measure it. I just normally cut a sliver of my paper off for the middle, because I usually put some type of gleam on the front of it. It's 1 inch by 6 inches. Start your first punch at the 1/2 inch, and that's right there. 1/2 inch. Boy, you can tell the difference between that and that other punch. Then you go down to 3 inches and you punch. I'll make sure I'm right in the middle of that. 3 inches, punch, and then you you punch at 4 1/2. Turn it around and do it this way. So you go at the 1/2. You go at the 3. And you go at the 4 1/2. On each end, I try to measure out right before I put it all the way in, and I try to have it even on each side, and I punch to give it that tail. I just kind of eyeball it. There we go. And see, that gives it that ribbon tail. And you just take this foam folder and do it this way and that way. And what I do with these is I kind of bend them back up like this, and it just makes it easier on you. Now, get my glue, and I put it on the side. I probably put too much. I'll hold it there for a second. Now I'm going to get a little device. This is an EK tool, and it's a reverse. And what that does is it just kind of holds it, and you don't have to hold it. Isn't that neat? I love doing that. Now I'm going to get my paper ready, and I'm going to kind of curl it a little bit. Just a little bit, not much. You don't want it much. And this is what I do. Not everyone does this, but I put a little bit of glue right there to hold those ends. Because it is paper. You have to remember, this is paper. It's not ribbon. You know, as a thought, I wonder if this would cut ribbon. That would be neat, wouldn't it? I'll have to try it sometime. You know, but it's according to what kind of ribbon you would get. Now, see, that keeps it from being so flimsy. All right. little bit of glue on here. And I would put a dot of glue right here. Just a dot. Now, there's the little bow. And it's not real flimsy, see? Because I glued each end, and you saw how I done that. And that makes it a little bit more sturdy. But, you know, it's just paper. Who don't have some extra paper sitting around? And there's lots of different bows. Some bows just have this part, and this part is different. You can have them coming down. Let me get this back in here. There we go. But isn't that cute? And then you could put like a little gleam. But see, you know, it's they're beautiful on cards. I think they're real pretty on cards. So we will see. But it just takes a few tools. You know, you can do without them. You don't have to have them. You can just have a pair of scissors and a ruler. But I love tools. They make my life easy. And if you're going to make a bunch, if you're going to make a bunch of envelopes for your own cards, and you have the paper sitting there, why not do it? You know, they have the regular punch board on sale. I don't know if you'll see that, but it's $15.63 right now for the big punch board. For that one, it's $15.63. Regular $39.99. Wow, that's really come down in price, guys. $15 for this, that's an amazing price. But for the mini, I didn't see them, the mini punch board. The reason I like this one is because it will do a 1-inch envelope, and it's so easy to do the 2.5 by 3.5. You can do it on here, but the 2.5 and 3.5 on this punch board, your paper has to be 5.5. So your paper is larger to do this envelope, where this one is smaller. It's 4 7/8. You say, well, that's not much, but it adds up over time. My main reasons for liking this was the little bitty envelope, the 1-inch, and also this one. Their smallest, on the large one, their smallest is 2 by 3.5 as a gift card. And your paper size is 5 by 5. On here, a 2 by 3.5. Either do the 3 by 3 or the 2.5 by 3.5 because it would work. Gift card is 2 by 3, and it takes 5 by 5, 5 inches by 5 inches paper. Where the on here for 2.5 by 3.5, it takes 4 7/8. It's different because the punch is bigger than this punch. I can show you. I'll just take a scrap of paper and we'll punch at 1 inch. Go on the opposite side and do a 1 inch on here. Let's see, that's the difference. I'm trying to. Here, I'll do this one. It's the contrast would make it to where you can see it. But see, that's your large punch, and there's your little punch. So that's the difference between them. You know, I bet this would make some really pretty bows. 4 by 4 is your largest size paper that it will punch. But I have them both, so I'm not worried about it. I love this one for the versatile of having to make the small envelopes. And I'll figure out how to do the bows on here, what the measurements should be. Because I want to see what a bow would look like. I bet you could go smaller. Instead of 1 inch, you could probably do a 1/2 inch on this mini envelope punch. Thank you for watching. God bless each of you. The envelope punch is really easy and fun. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. You know, ask me, and I'll be doing another, we'll call it show and tell. I don't know. If you can think up something better, let me know. But, or how to do this or how to do that. We can call it how-tos. But, you know, it's just something new, and you have paper. You can, I've had students that take magazines, old magazines, and make envelopes out of them, and you can do that. Nothing wrong with it. It's fabulous. You can take and put stickers on it, and especially if it's flowers. Oh my goodness, it would be beautiful, wouldn't it? So a little bit thicker, a little bit harder to score. God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Please stay safe. Be careful. Praying for everyone. Talk to you again soon. Bye for now.